Many people have asked me, what was your rock bottom? What was that tipping point that made you quit drinking? And I didn't have one because in my mind, I had this standard checklist that if you checked off any of these boxes, that meant you were an alcoholic and you had a problem with drinking. Well, I had never lost a job because of my drinking. I had never gotten a DUI only because I hadn't gotten caught. And my spouse wasn't giving me an ultimatum of quit drinking or I'm leaving. So in my mind, I thought I was good because I thought that's what rock bottom was. But if you looked at other areas of my life, my mental health was an absolute dumpster fire. I was so full of anxiety and depression. My physical health was taking a toll. I was rapidly gaining weight. And although my spouse wasn't at the point of leaving me, my marriage was definitely taking a hit. My relationship with my kids, it wasn't there. They hated the fact that I drank. They were getting to a place where they didn't want to even be around me when I was drinking. Finances, with all the reckless and impulsive spending I was doing when I was drinking or going out to the bar, buying drinks, that wasn't in a good place. But in my mind, because I thought there was this standard checklist, I figured I was good because technically I haven't really lost anything yet. And for me, that was the biggest lie that I believed. Because if you think about it, it's actually sad. I have to get to a point with my drinking that I lose something, that I'm facing divorce, that I'm facing legal issues from a DUI, or I'm jobless before I come to a realization that I have a problem and I need to quit drinking. So let it get to that point and then quit. When you say that out loud, you hear how stupid it sounds because it is stupid and there is zero logic in that. And I am the type of person that would have just kept on digging anyways. I don't think there technically would have been a rock bottom for me. My 27 months of sobriety started with just a 30-day commitment to not drink. And in my mind, it was literally just a trial period. We're going to see what happens if I don't drink for 30 days. We're going to see if alcohol is really the culprit because I would defend alcohol, even though I had horrible, crippling anxiety and I was on day 4 of a bender. I wouldn't allow myself to even entertain the idea that maybe this is because of my drinking. I would just tell myself, no, we just have chronic anxiety and we need alcohol in order to be able to deal with this anxiety. But of course, when I quit drinking, as the weeks went on, I noticed I had less anxiety. I noticed I had less depression. I noticed I had more energy and motivation. I noticed I was showing up in my marriage. I was showing up for my kids. And my husband and my children definitely noticed that. So it's almost like I did have a problem with drinking, but I just hadn't hit that stereotypic rock bottom yet. So all that to say, if you're in a hole, stop digging and don't believe this lie that everything has to fall apart in order for you to truly have an issue with alcohol. Because so many of us are very high functioning and we can keep it together. I don't know how I did for the most part, but there's other areas that we need to look at, because even though we may not be sitting in a jail cell right now because we got a DUI, how are the other areas of our lives?